Hey guys, welcome to another AVID tutorial. Today we're working on making your podcasts look better. I know a lot of people do some podcasts, vodcasts, etc. on YouTube, Vimeo, etc. So just some quick tips on, hey, how to make them look a little bit better. So what we've got is we've got AVID open already, and I've already got a whole bunch of stuff in here, and it might look kind of confusing, and it might look, well, not confusing at all. If you've got AVID Media Composer 5, you kind of know what you're looking at right now. You've got your bin over here, all of your settings, your timeline, etc., and you've got your two wonderful windows here. So what I'm going to do is show you guys how you can take, not only you can put a CG on the top if it's a PNG file, a PNG file, but as I scroll through here, we're going to take a look at how to go from full screen to a 1 box. Maybe you want to go 2 box, and heck, you can even go 4 box if you'd like. Just to make it look a little bit better. Say you're interviewing somebody on Skype or through some other video chat online thing, or heck, if you just have 2 cameras and you want to make things look incredibly professional, you can do so in AVID. And hey, it's actually really easy. So what I've done is I've already went through and I've got everything going over here, but I'm going to take you guys through step by step how to do it. I'm assuming you guys already know how to import, you already know how to start a new project, etc. So what we're going to do is we are just going to go ahead and we're going to go up to clip. We're just going to start a new sequence. Now we're going to take one of our video files. We're going to take our favorite main man, Mike Lederer, who is now working in Illinois. Fantastic reporter, by the way. And we're going to clip him off right here. So we've set our in and out points, and we're going to drag this guy down here. What you're going to want to do, by the way, before we get started, we're going to add some new video tracks here because we are going to need them. I like working with, let's go with 6 video tracks. And we're going to put Mike all the way up here at the top because he is the most important. Our next piece of video we're going to do is, how about some footage from the NFL lockout ending? That sounds good. Here we go. We'll drag this guy down there. And we'll take him and his buddy all the way back to the start. There we go. So now it looks like, well, all we're getting, we either get Mike or we get NFL lockout. Mike or NFL lockout. And you're kind of stuck here. And so a lot of people, what they do is they just flip back and forth. So it looks like Mike's talking, now this footage. Now Mike, now this footage. Well, we're going to take this to the next level. And how about we add some more from the NFL lockout here? Let's see, what else was going on? Let's get D. Maurice Smith in here. And we'll set the out point right there. And drag this guy down here. And what you're going to want to do is put these on each individual video track. And what I like to do is I like to unlink all of these so that I can select which ones I want to put where. And then I can drag them back and forth. I don't have to worry about AVID. It'll show these little white bars here saying that your sound is going to be messed up. Don't worry about that. We'll get there. Let's see, what else do I want to do? Actually, we want to lift these up. One here, and one there, because this is going to be our base track where we put in all of the mats and all of the pictures that we want to do our double box in. Let's go back here. Roger Goodell is looking pretty good. How about that? Oh, and by the way, if you can pick out famous people in the background here, have fun. My man Drew Brees right there for all of you Saints fans. And we're going to get Roger Goodell. We'll put him to about right there. We'll drag him down, put him at the end here, and drag him up, drag this one down. You might actually have to make your sequence a little bit bigger. I'm going to go ahead and do that. There we go. And again, by holding the shift button, you can select 2 of these guys and you can drag it back and line it up. And don't worry about all this extra stuff back here. We'll get to that in a couple of seconds. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, sure, we'll leave it at this. Now we got an extra video track. Who knows, we might want to have some fun with that here in a little bit. No. Now, what you're going to do is you need to import some image files. So if you've got an image file, let's say you want a, right here. Here's just a regular old image file that you can make in MS Paint if you need to, or if you're on Mac or Linux, you can use GIMP. This one was actually made using GIMP. Basically, it's just a flat 5 questions, ... 2 black boxes, and with some info down on the bottom with the logo. So this works out really well because what you can do is you can make this really easily. Just drop this down here, and you might say, well, Nick, you can't see it. What's going on here? Well, what you're going to want to do is come over to your effects, and you're going to want to go to blend and picture in picture. It'll come down here, it'll show bin. You're going to want to go over to your effects tab. Again, blend, picture in picture. I've already saved a couple of these up here, but I'm going to take you through the first one just to show you how easy it is. So drag this onto the first video file that you want to use. So we're going to drop it onto here and select it. Then you're going to go up to Tools and Effect Editor, and you're going to, well, edit this effect. What I like to do is to come down here, click this guy, so it shows where it is on the 5 questions banner. Now you can just as easily do it on this, but it just makes it more difficult. And now it won't have all of these. It'll show up originally and it'll look like this. So I like to open every single one of these just in case. Go to scaling. It won't have this clicked. You're going to want to click that real quick while you set all this up. And here's the position. You want to go into position, slide this guy over, and slide it up. And again, this doesn't look great, right? Look at the border. The border is huge on this guy because we're working with 16 by 9, and these boxes were, I think, if I remember right, originally made for 4 by 3. So we're going to need to fix that. You can crop it. You can crop it from the left. You can bring it all the way. We don't want to bring it that far, but we do want to give it a solid border, an even border. You can bring it in from the right. And the nice thing is this side is all black anyway. There you go. You've now made the first of your double box. And what you can do, here's a cool thing. Say you're like, great, I did this. I know I'm going to want to come back to this. And do I really have to do this every single time? No, you don't. If you take this, you can actually drag this guy into your bin, and now for the second part of this double box, you just drag this onto the next one up, and you might say to yourself, Nick, it's right underneath it. Sure, but check this out. You just slide this guy over here, and you have saved the exact same dimensions for your other double box, and now you've got 2 of these guys. Check this out. It looks pretty cool. Here we go. Hold on. Not bad, right? So, you know, you've got your first double box. And this goes for interviews, talking with people, etc. You've got all of your audio down here that will play. If we hit the... There you go. And that was all of the audio playing. And we'll get into how to break down the audio and tell people to be quiet when it's their turn to be quiet in a second. So, now we've got this 2 box. We don't need this 2 box for very long, so we're going to go ahead and squeeze this back to right about there. And you're wondering, okay, well, we still have Mike, and, well, we still have a couple of more things up here. We've got Mike, we've got Roger Goodell, with Drew Brees in the background. We've already seen the 2 box here, and you might go, hey, what happened? Well, if we just scroll back a little bit, don't worry, it'll come back. There we go. So, we got Kevin Mawai, DeMarie Smith, it looks like. And then as we go forward, then it drops off, which means we have to add something else in here. Let's go with, how about a 4 box? And here, again, a 4 box. Real easy. Again, made in MS Paint. Not the greatest graphics you've ever seen, but that's not as important right now. This is just basically to show you can do it. And so we'll drag this down here, and you'll notice, okay, well, now we've got those 2 guys, again, with those effects over the top, and that's no good. So line this up right here on the difference between this 2 box and this 4 box. Make sure all of your video is selected, all of your audio is selected. Okay? And now you come up and you're going to want to split these, you can add and edit, split these tracks. Then you click that, and it splits all of these. Now, what you're going to come in and do is just delete this. So click on it, highlight it, and you're deleting the effect. Not the video, just the effect. Delete the effect again. And since I've already done this, I already have a bunch of these pictures already saved over here. And so I can just go ahead and drag one onto here. And it should set that guy all the way up over here. And again, you can go in and do this, and I've already shown you guys how to do that. But again, it's just scaling things back, and you might wonder, well, how did you scale this into such a small piece? Okay, well, I'll show you guys. Hold on. If you need to edit it, you just click on it again. You go up to Tools, Effect Editor, and there you are. And you can scale it, make it bigger. You know, you can make it smaller. There you go. And let's see here. Let's get it right back. There we go. And you can crop this left and right. Again, if you do this, and let's say you scaled it and it ended up looking like this. Well, you don't want that. So again, just go pull back on the right, slide in on the left, and then back in on the right until you've centered it up exactly where you want. We might want to get a little more of him in here. Let's do that, and let's move our X back that way. And then we'll bring it in from the right again. There we go. There you go. And so he's now centered. There we go. And we can go to this next picture-in-picture. Drop it right there. Oh, that wasn't the one. Drop this one right there. And doggone it. See, this is one. Control-Z is your best friend. Control-Z, by far your best friend. Well, it seems like this is giving us kind of a headache. Alright, cool. Well, let's just take this picture-in-picture, drop it in here if you can't remember which one it is, and then drop this one on here. And now, click on that. There's that one is, and just track this X right across to there. And now, you've got a wonderful picture of DeMaurice Smith addressing the media at the end of the NFL lockout. And again, just take this one, drop it on that one, click up here, Roger Goodell. Well, we'll slide him over into this box right here. I'm telling you guys, this is just incredibly easy to make your vodcast, podcast, if you're interviewing somebody, look 10 times better. And, I don't know, it just adds a little cool flair to it, too. I'm going to take this one, and we'll drop that one on Mike. And Mike being the most important one here. There he is, all the way over on the right. Now, he's not centered up correctly. If you notice him, he's got, you know, no left shoulder and a whole bunch of right shoulder. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide him. We're going to line his head up right in the middle of that, because that's where we want him. We want him right in the middle. And we'll bring it in from the left. Scroll down, bring out the right a little bit. Alright, perfect. And now we've got a 4-box. Look at that, not bad at all, right? We do alright. So we went from there we go, hold on. From a 1-box. Come on. There we go. You might be wondering, wait a second, I thought we had this happening. We did have that happening. But because we have Mike, and because we have Roger Goodell over the top, you don't see those. But we made this split right here, so we can go ahead and delete this one here, and delete that one there. And now, we've got our 2-box, which leads in to our 4-box. So when we play this, not bad, right? Now, of course, the audio doesn't sound fantastic, and it looks weird because Mike is talking without being on the screen right here. But what we can do is, here, let's Control-Z. We'll bring Mike back in, and we'll take out the effect editor here. We'll Tools, again, effect editor. That picture-in-picture, I'm just going to drop that over here. Drop that back on Mike. We're going to put him on the left side. We're still going to get rid of Roger Goodell. I don't want Roger there anymore. And now we've got Mike on top of, there we go, get rid of this one, on top of DeMaurice. We'll get rid of DeMaurice. And now we hit play. Man, not bad at all. And again, we can stretch this guy out, this 4-box out to here, and then make sure everything's selected here. There we go. Everything is nice and selected. And again, we're going to add an edit or split the track. Split it there. And now we're going to go ahead and delete all this stuff because, you know what, we want Mike to come back in as our reporter and close out the story. Now, which one was he? He was 39. Oh, it's Control Z. Hold on. That's right. There we go. Okay. And make sure we can delete all these. And now what we're going to do is, oftentimes, it won't let you add video. It won't let you stretch video out in Media Composer 5 if you're at the end of your timeline. You just can't do it. And so what I like to do is I like to have a good old CG in here waiting for me that just takes up a grip of, hold on, let's add it here, just a grip of your timeline. Oh, come on. Work with me here. Where is it? Come on, Avid, wake up. There we go. Wonderful Avid. Here we go. And we got this guy, so let's go ahead and add this one into here. And here's a CG. So this is one thing you can also add to your wonderful collection of goodies. We're going to shrink this guy down quite a bit. What we can do is we can actually move Mike. We'll move him down to this guy here, and now we can put this CG over the top of him as we stretch out this video all the way to there. And again, he's 339. You can find the audio that goes along with it and stretch that out. And what we're going to do is we're going to, again, line up right there. We're going to make another edit so that we can get rid of, we got to have everything selected, don't we? Again, it's Avid, it's finicky sometimes. We're going to add an edit right in there, and now we're going to take out, there we go, we're going to take out that editor, so now Mike is back full screen. So now this runs like this. Unanimously in favor of the new collective bargaining agreement. That means after 132 days, the NFL lockout is finally over and football is back. Okay, so you notice, hey, where'd that CG go? Well, we forgot to select the top one. There you go. There's your CG. And now he's 5 for 5 because Mike's good like that. Let's see here. Let's scroll this guy down a little bit. So again, the audio though, you're saying to yourself, Nick, I can't hear anything over all this crowd noise. That means after 132 days, the NFL lockout is finally over and football is back. Alright. Of course, Mike is about to give us a short timeline for what's about to happen, but we're not going to get to that. We're going to scroll back and we're going to take care of all these audio issues. So what we're going to do is you can do this a couple of different ways. You can either come in and individually change each of these guys by selecting right in the middle here and making sure you want to leave Mike up, but you can actually select, if you wanted to, all of these and hit the apostrophe button, and in comes, hey, look at that, and you can go up and down with this guy and you can lower the volume of the crowd. Voted unanimously in favor of the see the difference? And you select over here, hit the apostrophe, well, let's select these guys first, hit the apostrophe button again, and you can slide this guy down as if you wanted to, well, let's see here, and put another apostrophe there so we can match that one up. And you don't want it just to end, right? You don't want it just to drop off. After 132 days, the NFL lockout is finally over, and football is back. Let's go to the whole thing. Let's see how it sounds. Voted unanimously in favor of the new collective bargaining agreement. That means after 132 days, the NFL lockout is finally over, and football is back. Not bad, right? And you can do this with pretty much anything. You can start with nothing, right? You can run through nothing and go to the 2 box, to the 4 box. You can start with 4, go to 2, then change to 1. But hopefully this answers your questions on how to, make yourself look a little bit better as you're doing your podcast and your vodcast. And again, you can make this CG, as long as it's saved as a PNG file with a transparent background, you're good. What you're going to want to do though, when you save the video file, or the image file, do not save it, again, do not save it as just a file with this in it, or else when you import it to Avid, it's going to take up the entire screen. What you're going to want to do instead is save it as a file the same size as your video screen. For example, this one is saved as a 720 by 496, if I remember right, with transparent background, that if it's not this, it's transparent, so that it looks like this. Now, this CG is a little gaudy and it was made in about 5 minutes, but if you guys take more time, you can make something even cooler. Same goes with these guys. When you save these files, make sure you save them in the same size that your video is actually going to be. So when you export this or save this image file, make sure you save it as, you know, if you're doing in 720 or 1080, that you save it in, you know, 720 by 496 or 1080 by, what is it, 7 something, I think, I don't remember. So just make sure you do that and be cognizant of that, or else when you import it, these are going to look really, really goofy. And now you can change that. Of course, say I wanted to change this guy, you can come into image and you can resize if you need to. Let's see here, where's my resize? There's my resize. And the effect does not apply. That's right, because it's a ping. So you actually won't be able to resize it, so make sure you do it the correct way the first time. Anyway, so this is just a quick tutorial on how to make your podcast and vodcast look a little cooler if you're interviewing somebody. Even what you can do is, and what has been done before, is basically you just set up 2 cameras facing in opposite directions, and you can have one person standing here, one person standing here, and it'll look way more official, well, than it actually is. So, hope that helps. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me here on YouTube. But, hey, not a bad way to make your podcast look a little bit better.